there was 8:30 email, and then I've heard none.
That's 9 on the sign-up sheet.
No, that is incorrect. 8 o'clock is the correct.
8 o'clock.
Yeah,
Good to know.
I'm trying to change it right now.
So, okay, 8 o'clock.
Signed up for 9, we want to be there at 8.
Yeah.
If you're not early, you're late.
Speaking of
Yeah.
careers.
That's how he suckers us in. Like, I'm thinking I'm gonna sleep until 7. No, I'm gonna be digging holes at 8. Okay, is there, what is the shovel, Mr.
Sharpshooter.
Sharpshooter?
Send an email if everybody needs to tell what it looks like to your purchase.
Okay, so he is from Texas, and apparently in Texas, our clam digging shovel is a sharpshooter. So I believe is it like, it's one of these shovels with a, that's for razor clams? Okay, so bring a narrow shovel if you're a clam digger or a whatever.
Postal digger.
Post hole digger, I don't know, I've never planted trees before, I'm not sure how big the hole needs to be, but we'll make it work. Okay, so please, anyone that hasn't signed up, please sign up to the link that, Jim, are you sending it out again? Updated, new and unimproved time. Okay, so tree planting at Stormwater Park. I think the rest of this, we're gonna go over in committees. We do have a need to clean out the storage unit, and this is probably one of the most fun events that we do. So I encourage everyone to show up. It is amazing. It's throwing away and donating and taking stuff to the dumpster. It is great for mental health.
Everything has a story to tell. too.
Everything has, and so due to COVID, our storage unit is bursting at the seams because we've been quickly opening the door, throwing it in and slamming the door. So we just need to go in and clean it all out. So we've got that coming up. The date will come out soon. We need to talk about breakfast, whether or not we want to bring back our breakfast calendar. Lori and Amelia did bring breakfast a couple days, which was awesome, but do we want to make it an official thing and go back to that? What that does mean is we all agree as a club, and then we all take a day, maybe sometimes 2 days out of the year to bring breakfast for everyone. Or are we happy with coffee? Like, what is the general consensus? Good morning. Hi, Annie. Please take a seat anywhere. You can sit in the front row.
Oh, you
Yeah,
must be.
sure, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for coming. So do we have any thoughts on breakfast? Breakfast is a big topic. It's the start of a day. It's so important. Do we want muffins? Do we want coffee? Do we want to be up at 4 a.m. putting the breakfast casserole in the oven and stressing out that you're keeping it hot all the way and not burning your leather seats all the way to the meeting and then serve it? Or do we want to go pay our money at the Buzz and bring in chafing dishes and have a buffet? Or are we good with coffee? Coffee? You'd rather have your breakfast voter?
I'm a breakfast person.
Breakfast person,
Absolutely.
okay,
Yeah.
2.
I think we should have it catered.
So I would love to have it catered, but then our bill is like $15 a person or more, right? But
Sounds like a good deal. Not have to get at 4 in the morning to make a casserole.
so I'm just talking from personal experience of freaking out over my cow. And actually the time that I did cook casseroles, they didn't even cook in the middle. So by the time I got here, it was very wiggly and I was afraid I was going to kill everyone. So there was a lot of anxiety around my breakfast for me that day. So, 2 love breakfast. Everyone else is coffee. Okay, so let's just stick with Amelia's amazing coffee. And we can always revisit this at any time, but for now, we'll just keep it
You know, it's
the way
always,
we're going.
I guess it would always be welcome if anybody wanted to bring breakfast.
So that's the thing, is Gary has connected with someone from the district that's here early. And so he has been bringing us muffins periodically, which has been a great treat. So, if somebody feels the inclination, pardon? Scott can bring us breakfast anytime you want, anytime today. Yeah, we're good with that. So I think if we just keep it casual and, if it's here, awesome. If not, we've got the coffee. Okay, so I think those are my announcements from the board meeting last night. We had a great meeting last night, long, great meeting. We still are up until May 15th, encouraging all the nonprofits in town to submit an application for, we write checks usually in June. We love giving our money away. So if you know of anyone that has a project benefiting multiples of people, benefiting our town, that could use some financial help, please direct them to the left side of our website, scroll down, and there's a link right there for the application. It's due by May 15th. Okay, so moving on here. Gary, you're up. Secretary's report.
Well, the only thing I have, a couple things is, our next board meeting is May 19th. And that'll be one meeting before the end of the term. So you got 2 board meetings left, Rochelle.
Awesome.
If you want to get a little bit of a look at some of the other clubs and what they do as far as their public image, innovation, integration, and impact, on Wednesday, April 27th at 6:30, there is a Zoom meeting. It's one of the programs that I attended up at the district 2 weeks ago, and it was really good, but they were missing a portion of it, and so they've come back, and it's really about what the would-be West Side Club does in their community, and they've got some really great ideas. So if you want to look at it, go on the district website, and you can log in and you can sit and watch it. That's all I have.
Awesome, thank you. Valo,
Yes.
in one sentence.
New.
Loud.
No, I just, one real quick thing, if anybody wants to be a part of a committee, let me know. Kind of starting to wind that down for an election coming up in May. So there's that, I'll be reaching out to a few others out there. Also, I believe if nobody else is gonna mention it, I think our funding request for those people that are looking for funds, there's an application on the website to fill out. And I believe-
Dude,
She just said
I
that.
just said all that.
I'm reiterating it.
How old are you?
15, I'm not old enough. Anyhow.
You need more of Amelia's coffee.
Yeah, get that in, well, happy, that's it.
Thank you very much. Okay, now we're moving on to club services.
Nothing
Don.
new on club services, but you'll come back to me.
Yes, I will come back to you, because I will come back to you. Okay, president nominee.
Okay. So, we've got one position left that we're looking for a volunteer to help with for coordinating our Corks and Caves this fall. And that is the person that will basically coordinate the auction. Good news is it's just the auction. Amy and Jim have been working on securing the venue, and Angie is handling the Coin Quest stuff, which actually that now is moved back into the summertime. But we're just looking for somebody that's going to be kind of brainstorming over the next few months. And then when baskets start arriving for the silent auction, we'll be taking pictures, that type of thing. But just trying to get a name for every little task, so we have somebody thinking about it. So if anybody's interested, let me know. Marcus is volunteers both for the pirate ship for the opera estimate. So basically all the other positions are filled with the exception of some volunteers to help. So, and we're looking for an auctioneer or two. So,
That wear sweaters.
yeah. That sounds great.
Hey, Zo-
Sound like you got
Zoomers, can you hear?
That was a
Zoomers, can you
slow
hear Don?
Irish response.
Zoom, you can. Okay, hi. Good morning, Ron. Good morning, Larry, Sam, Jim, Kendra. Where's Angie's phone? I don't see Angie's phone today. Okay, so they can hear, that's awesome. Moving on to Brian Ruiz, Mr. Farmers Insurance, Community
No,
Services,
just the tree planting thing right now. You already talked about that, so.
with what kind of shovel?
Well, again, it's a sharpshooter, y'all. And I will send out an email today for everyone in your club runner.
But don't put that on social, that we're recommending you bring a sharpshooter to the park in Arlington.
It's a shovel, guys. Let people look it up. It just gives them something to do to.
No one's gonna look it up, they're just
They
gonna say
should.
Rotary
If you
Club
don't know what it
shooting
is,
up
you should
Arlington.
look it up. That's what I was taught when I was a kid.
Okay, I dug clams with it, but okay. Foundation, Jim, anything?
Great. So good.
Awesome, okay. International Services, Tracy DeLorme.
Thank you. I have a box of letters. The Rotary Club has adopted Rio Amarillo. It's a village in Honduras that, these are thank you letters. They are so awesome. So I'm going to send those around. And I have, letters to Tom Iverson. If you can read that. Yeah.
Oh.
And Rochelle Ploger.
What?
I know.
I'm signing up again.
I thought they were, I'm not sure, I don't speak Spanish. You guys speak Spanish?
You just need to put in Gary Scanner, it'll translate.
Yeah, I have some translation.
If I put it in my scanner, I can scan it and it'll come out Chinese. Anybody speak Chinese
Yeah,
here?
no,
Because I need interpretation.
Anyway, look at these envelopes.
So
Aren't those
cute.
so awesome? And look at this one. I mean, look at that. It's amazing. So I pass this around. You guys have fun. Just look through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can sign up at any time. What is it,
Yeah, so this is-
150 or 180 a year or something?
So it's two things. One of the club, we as a club don't sponsor a village, Rio Amarillo. The other thing, so personal letters to Don sponsored a student, and it's a 3-year commitment. For a middle schooler, it's $180 a year. For a high schooler, it's $280 a year. It's a 3-year commitment again. But for that little bit of money, that student gets uniforms, all their school supplies. They get to write letters. They have to qualify to be sponsored, so they work hard at their schooling. It's just amazing. It's just awesome. And they go on trips. Linda, my faithful friend here, attended the meeting last night, so she's going to give a synopsis of the meeting and just how mind-blowing it is.
So I was mind blown by everything that went on. I told Tracy this morning that, and thank you, Tracy met me for tea and kind of briefed me, John briefed me before the thing, so I was set up good. But anyway, I was thinking all night, like the $180 a year, and we spend that on dinner. If you have cocktails, a couple, like it's crazy, and that's for a year.
Fill our gas tank.
And so a little bit of amount that can help is crazy. And I was also thinking about it while they were talking about project approvals. They were voting on how to help hook up school power, and they needed $500. Like, come on, like it's amazing that our little bit of money is gonna hook up school power. And they also voted on in-home floor cement for 15 houses. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna cost $1,200 to $1,500 for 15 houses. And so, I would just, in my 1 hour of listening to this, I'm overwhelmed by how much you can do. And if you just, if we all just do a little bit, gosh, we can really, really change the lives of these people. So the first thing that happened on the meeting was there was an important announcement, and Peter Martin, the gentleman that started this group, got a Rotary Award that only 150 people get every year, and it's the what is it called? It's their highest honor, and it, didn't write down the name of the award. Oh, yeah, the Service Above Self Award.
Oh, wow.
And so he was the, one of the 150 in the whole US, I guess, that got it. And so that was neat. They gave it to him over the Zoom meeting last night because he's leaving today to go to Honduras. And he won't be there at the regular award ceremony. So that was neat. Let's see, I already talked about project approvals. They're looking to increase how many school kits they give out, which was another amazing, like, they go to 11 villages now or something like that, and they want to increase it to 15 and give out all these school kits, so that's a cool deal. They're building a library. They have 12 laptops that are going to be handed out next time, whoever that is goes. They are working on 62 medium and small projects, which is huge,
Small number of people that do it.
Yeah, the small number of people, it's just amazing to me. So, and they're also working on something that's gonna be really long-term, but helping a town fix their coffee plant so that they can, become self-sufficient and grow and produce coffee. Everett Rotary may join. They're looking at, that happening maybe in May. And the next visit is May the 2nd through the 13th. That's where they're going to go visit the schools. The next meeting is May 19th.
Same as our board meeting.
That is, the same month. I just started.
So we sponsored the school, right?
We sponsored a
And-
village.
Okay, sponsored a village.
Yes, Rio Amarillo.
So when they, during the meeting, and they say, we need $1,500 to put cement floors in 15 homes, are they asking the clubs to pledge additional, or are they saying we're using that from our budget made up of all the group donations?
That's it. They had the budget, they actually have, I wrote down 162,000 right now in the bank. So to use some of that as earmarked for, what's the long-term, the endowment. So yeah, they have a lot of money, but they are just voting on how to spend it. Yeah, but I was still blown away by the $500 and the $1,500, but I mean, everything has to be voted on, and
Yeah.
You do want to, decide how to spend the money. So, but no, they're not asking. Of course, I mean, everybody would take a donation, but
Well, that's what I'm wondering is if there's areas where we can increase our, don't make Tracy's head
It's
explode,
always-
but
yeah.
where we can increase our involvement. Because I think, didn't we have flooding down there? I mean, the concrete floors in the homes is going to be huge
yeah,
because of their flooding. They lost all their furniture,
yeah.
right? And as well as infrastructure and all that stuff. So that's huge that they're able to do
If
that.
there's a project in Rio Amarillo, if we choose to sponsor this village again, then we get the first choice. We get to do that project, and we get to take credit for it, or at least pay money to have the project done. But really, everything is one big project that we want to get everything done, and we're going to either take the money from this area, or this club's going to donate for that, or however it works. If anybody is interested in sponsoring a student, shoot me an email. I will connect you with somebody. We just finished our 3 years, so now we're going to start over again. So please, I'd love to connect you. Let me know if you want a middle schooler or a high schooler. It's amazing. And they're trying, WhatsApp, I think, or
Mhm.
something that you can actually talk to the students.
Yeah, so,
Kind of.
In Spanish.
In Spanish, yeah, kind of. But one of the gentlemen from Bellingham, he says, he's got students from the past that they text him, and he made the comment that I'm kind of like their honorary, he
Uncle.
gives them advice. Yeah,
Mentor.
mentor. And it's just,
That's cool.
that's really cool.
That's a huge impact.
Oh, yeah,
That's huge.
yeah.
So that's great.
TracyDelorme@hotmail.com. So my name @hotmail.com. Send me an email. Thank you.
Awesome. You're welcome. That was awesome. Thank you for attending the meeting. That was a really great report. Okay, Ron, gone. Oh, there you are. Ron, membership. Do you have anything to say today?
Yes, I do. Can you hear me? Because I'm on my little cell phone because my computer wouldn't work.
Yes, we can
So-
hear you.
Okay. So last night at the board meeting, we had an application for membership to review. And I'm glad to announce that Vicki Peters made it through our board rigorous review process. So welcome, Vicki. I can't see if Vicki is there or not because I'm on a little.
Good morning.
Okay.
Vicki.
Oh, I see your arm up in the back. So welcome, Vicki, and that's all I got.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, vocational services Lance. I can say for scholarship, we've got 14 applications in this year. We've got some college, university. We've got some VOTEC trade, which is awesome. That's the area that I love to dive into. So the scholarship committee has received the applications. We're going to read all 14, do our score sheets by Sunday night. And and then we're looking forward to our scholarship presentation breakfast. We'll actually have breakfast that day in May. Val, do you have anything on Scouts?
Nope.
Do we have anything on Interact? Any Interact representatives here? Gary, Jim,
I
Bueller?
think they're working streets today, cleaning the streets.
Okay, that's the
today.
wrong phrase.
Yeah.
They don't work the streets, Gary.
Yeah. Cleaning the streets. They're doing 113 streets.
Street cleanup, which is awesome. Okay, and then moving on down. Kyle is not here. Are you raising your hand or are you stretching?
No, I kind of will.
Okay.
I just want to know, if anyone that is going to be there tomorrow that has not signed up, are you guys, maybe?
We were going to, but it didn't work out. I have to work the truck.
That's fine.
Gary does have an example of a sharpshooter.
Yeah, I can bring it back up.
It is a clam digging shovel.
That's not.
It is confirmed,
Yeah.
confirmed as a clam digging shovel.
No plans in Texas that they still have that show.
It would have been a fire ant kill digging shovel for you.
No, we can pour diesel on that.
Hey, Michelle?
Yes.
Just so everyone knows the impact that Interact has, not counting what they're doing today, they have over 800 hours worth of volunteer community service hours this year.
That's
800
amazing.
hours
Are you kidding? They're
already,
so
and the
fabulous.
year isn't, I mean, they've only got another month or a little over a month and a half before they get out of school. But they are doing an awesome job this year.
They are. And, thank you to Kristen Odegaard, their advisor. I mean, we really scored when we tapped her on the shoulder to be our advisor at the high school. Because we really didn't know what we were getting. We didn't know her well. We didn't know if the club was going to fly. And she has rocked it, and she's amazing. And now she's involved in an international youth program with Rotary that we'll talk about later, that we're really excited about too, that is going to be beneficial to a lot of high school kids. Okay, so moving on, we're at Sergeant of Arms. No raffle today because we don't have our money bucket, but we are doing fines and happy bucks quickly because we're at 7:58.
The fun bucket is missing.
The fun bucket is by the empty fun chair.
Oh, it is. Oh, there it is. All right. The bucket of fun. How's everybody doing this morning?
Great.
Fantastic.
Good. Good to see you.
That sounded awesome, guys.
We're gonna try that one more time.
We're good.
All
We're
right.
good.
Let's try
It's a
this one more time.
sharpshooter.
How's everybody doing today?
Awesome.
Good, good, good. Zoomers, how you doing?
Excellent.
All
So
right,
excited.
Great.
all right, good, good, good. So let's see. You guys ready for some fun?
No,
No?
Yeah.
no, we don't like it.
Are you guys ready for some fun?
Yes.
All right, let's stand up, everybody. We gotta warm up.
There we go.
Zoomers, stand up, stand up. Stand up,
They
there
look
we go, there we
excited.
go. Okay, let's do 5 Jack LaLannes. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 5 and 6 and 7 and all right.
It's a good thing we're not square dancing.
Need a little warm up in here. It's a little heavy. It's a little heavy. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. No fines today. However, you have to come up with something that you are grateful for. So I'm gonna come around and I'd like you to say something that you are grateful for. And it could be anything. It could be French toast. It could be sharpshooter.
Clam shovel.
It could be clam shovel. It could be your granddaughter. Anything. Something you're grateful for, and then roll that into Happy Bucks. Sound good?
Sounds awesome.
All right. You can sit down. Thank you, everybody. Okay, Zoomers. Zoomers, we're gonna start with you because I always forget you.
Good morning, Jim.
And actually, I want to start with Jim Steinreich. Jim Steinreich, what are you grateful for and what are you happy about, sir?
Well, I am absolutely grateful for the amazing family that I get to belong to here and for my wife, Dawn, my kids, and all my grandchildren. Just family is number one.
Awesome.
And it's a beautiful family too.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Cool.
Thank goodness they look like my wife.
Sam Lowe, good to see you.
This is a tropical Sam Lowe.
That looks, you look like you're in a great spot.
Yeah.
A secret bunker location in Arizona by the pool, having a great time. And I'm thankful I get to go road tripping with my daughter this afternoon, headed back home from college. So it's great to join you guys this morning.
Good to see you.
Gonna need road snacks.
Ron, what are you grateful for?
Well, of course, I'm grateful for my family, like, because Jim stole my idea, but, and I'm going to also steal Sam's because I'm grateful that I'm going to Arizona today to drive my daughter home on a road trip. So we'll be racing home. I'll be racing. What are you driving, Sam?
Nice.
I'm driving my daughter's.
Didn't hear it.
Scooter.
Scooter. Roller skate.
Larry, how you doing? What are you grateful for, sir?
For me?
Yeah.
Of course, I'm thankful for Rotary.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Excuse me, I have to vomit.
Okay, how do I X him out? Moving on.
Kendra, how are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing good.
I guess I will say, well, and you have to say you're grateful for your family or else you're a terrible person. So that's always in there. But like specifically for today, I suppose what's on my mind, I'm grateful for the ability to grow my own food because I'm getting my gardening ducks in a row. So that always really picks my spirits up when gardening season comes around.
Hi. I need some ducks to do my gardening.
Cool. Any other Zoomers? Looks like where's Angie's phone? I was like asking Angie's phone. Michelle, how about you?
My family, of course, but I'm also thankful for the giving spirit of the club. We had a little heated debate last night, not even a debate, but discussion about how to give away money. Like we're giving it away, but how do we make it like fit and do all the things because we want to give it away. So, and it was funny because as I listened to it and thought about it, I was like, we're fighting over we're giving the money away. This is great to be figuring this out and having a heated discussion. It was so ridiculous, but yeah, we're giving it away. So, and that's what we're here for, which I love. That's my favorite part because it's a hell of a lot of corn that we give away every year at $3 a head or whatever that thing, cob. Nice. With the free butter. We did actually approve Lori's expenditure last time for reimbursement of $45 for a butter costume.
Wow.
So now we have corn on the cob and the free butter represented at Aquafest this year.
You can't go wrong.
No, we are all fun all the time.
I like it. I like it. Good. Brian, start over here.
Of course, I'm family, right? So I think without saying, but I am very thankful to be self. Very thankful.
Because you hate benefits
Well,
and
I hate my boss,
vacation.
but to be self-employed is pretty.
Give a rough boss.
He's a jerk.
Yeah.
But
So's mine.
it's got some good perks though.
Yeah.
Let's be coming late on Friday. So it's good.
There's no time, no time.
No, my wife does that, so yeah.
So you do have a boss.
Yeah, I always have.
Cool.
I will thankful as well.
Cool.
Thankful, of course, for family and some very good friends I have. We do Wordle every morning, like 5 in the morning. We have a Wordle.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
We share our scores.
Nice.
It's fun. They're good people.
Excellent, excellent. You do not have to contribute, but I bet you might have to, you have something you're grateful for.
I am just really grateful to be here this morning.
Cool.
Thank you.
Welcome, we're glad you're here.
I'm grateful to be here, and I'm grateful that my alarm went off as planned. 6:50 this morning, and I haven't been awake before 7 in a hot minute, probably since college. So.
Right on. Good, good, good. That's good to be grateful for. Well, I'm grateful for my family, but taking it one step further, I'm really grateful that my family, for the most part, they all live locally. That's pretty cool. Including my brothers. I'm looking forward to the weekend. My two brothers and I are just going to get together and hang up in Bellingham. We're going to do some bike riding and go do some breweries and stuff like that.
You gotta wear Birkenstocks and socks.
Yeah, there you go. Yes. So I'm grateful for that. Cool. And then how do you get the man bun home?
He's gonna have to get extensions.
Where are you gonna stay? Yeah, my brother's place. Oh, cool. Okay. Joyce, good morning.
Good morning. I am so grateful for all of the friends and family, including the people in Burlington. Everybody has lost 2 years. It's been so wonderful to help them to get better. And I just want to express how grateful I am to the people. Everybody has been wonderful. Everybody has really, really been helpful. So I'm grateful.
Fantastic. Good morning, Linda.
Good morning. I'm grateful for my family, of course, and I'm grateful for sunshine. Mother's Day is coming around. I can plant flowers, and I'm grateful for the giving spirit of all you guys. I'm happy to be a part of it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I am grateful for family, friends, for Rotary, and I get to do something fun tomorrow. I'm gonna go down and my oldest nephew is getting married, so I'm attending the bridal shower. So I will miss the tree planting, I'm sorry.
Where is that?
Vancouver, Washington. Yeah.
I'm grateful for 2 things. I'm going to interrupt because I have to apologize actually for, sorry. One is family, of course. I just spent the weekend with my brother, RVing with my brother before having an RV. And another one that's dear to your heart and my heart is I'm very thankful for Deacon Williams. So, yeah, excellent. It brought me back here not too long.
Wow. 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 Fantastic.
I'm glad to be back here.
Yeah.
Upright.
Oh, yeah. You know, I guess as John says, I'm thankful for another day on this rock. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Nice.
So I'm grateful for my family and my wife and my children and grandchildren and doing things off and on and stuff like that. And I'm happy to be a part of this.
Yeah, I'm happy for modern medicine.
Sounds like we're in an old folks home.
We kinda are.
Yeah, kind of are. I resemble that.
I'll come right over here.
Okay. Well, I'm thankful that my mom survived surgery this week. That's worth 2. And then I'm thankful that Jim showed up at dinner for us last time. It was fantastic.
Okay.
But just as we got back from the nursing home, he shows up with dinners.
I'm grateful for my 2 daughters, Lori and Carrie, who have helped me in this time of need. For those of you that don't know, Lorna fell on Sunday and broke her leg. And she's been in the hospital up until yesterday. She's now in a rehab, and my two daughters are rising to the challenge of taking care of her. And in addition to that, I'm really happy that I've got an electric car. Yeah, it doesn't cost me very much to operate it, and with this thing going on, I may need all the financial help I can get.
Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Snow. How are you? Doing great. I have, of course, a family, and I'll also highlight Rotary scholarships for kids. Come on over here.
I'm thankful for Lake Stevens and all of the relationships that it's brought to the family. And we have a big regatta weekend as well. Some rowing races going on. So there'll be lots of activity, hundreds and hundreds of people coming to downtown Lake Stevens all weekend. The weather forecast is nice, so we're thankful to be great hosts, but also appreciate y'all recognizing there'll be lots of traffic, lots of parking. So either come and cheer us on or stay away. One or the other. Yeah.
Very cool.
I'm thankful for everyone that's here. I'm thankful for being with the Rotary Club, but especially I'm thankful for the Lord who looks after us. I have a student who's living on a wing and a prayer, and I ask everybody here to pray for him. I don't know how long he'll be with me, but he's such a wonderful, wonderful student. Anyhow, that's what I'm thankful for. Thank you, Lord.
Yeah, I am thankful for the health of my family for sure through these trying times. And I'm very, very thankful for the Rotary Club because that's really genuinely wonderful people. Yeah.
Irish brother.
Irish brother. Hey, there's a hat over there. Is that being auctioned off?
Yeah.
I'm happy for family, obviously. On Monday, a lady I've been married to for 60 years. I haven't caught up to Lauren and Lorna yet, but we're getting closer. It's turning 80. And, yeah, I'm trying. And she turns 80. So we'll have something tomorrow night, and then we'll have something on Monday. And then she gets to go to Semiahmoo with me for the district conference as part of her birthday present. I didn't figure that one out.
You are dedicated, you are Rotarian of the Year.
She's gonna kill me when she finds out the cost, but other than that.
Fantastic. Anybody else? No? Well, I'm just gonna say a couple things. Every morning, my wife and I wake up and have a cup of coffee together and kind of talk about the day, what's going on. So I'm grateful for that, for that time. It's really cool. I'm grateful for all of you and this great community. This is a great place. You all are great people, and it fills my tank on Friday mornings to be around you. So thank you. And you know what? The other thing I am grateful for is auctioneering. I am very grateful for auctioneering. And so, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do is we are going to auction off this fabulous Rotary cap. Isn't this fantastic? Look at
I
this.
think it fits Ron's head.
It's a 940. It's adjustable. I mean, have you
That
ever
is
seen a
nice.
cap like that?
On my dresser.
It's
It's
a
amazing.
it says a 940 New Era. Isn't that incredible?
It's a collector's item.
I'll give you $20 for it.
We got 20. 20. Do I see 25? 20. We got 25. We have 30. We got 25. Is there 30 up?
40.
We got 40 right here. 35. We got 50 right here. 50. Is there 55? 55. We got 50 right here. 55.
That's a nice looking blue.
Oh, we've got 50
Look
right
how
here.
white the white is.
We got 60 in the back. 65 right there. All right. We got 65. 65. That's fantastic.
It's to this
Beautiful
collector's
940.
item.
It is a collector's item. We're
75, oh my God. Oh, I can't even believe it. We got 80 in the back, we got 80, we have 85. We got 80. 100. 100 going once. 100 going twice. Sold.
That is a nice hat. It's a solid gold hat. Thank you, Kevin. Okay, you're up. Sorry, we ran a little bit over. How long is your presentation? How long are you going to talk?
I can talk for long or short. You need me to.
So actually, we have about 15 minutes, but we can stay because I did go over 15 minutes. Usually give you half an hour. And so you want to interview, you're Annie and are you Joy? Okay, so we have Joy Ingram and Annie, who doesn't like to get up before 7. And they're from Domestic Violence Services of Snohomish County.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Well, welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much. It's so good to be here. So I was here, I don't know, maybe like 5 months ago. You guys are such a great group. I belong to the Arlington Rotary Club, which is a noontime club, but the energy here is amazing, like just spectacular. So when I was here in the past, I spoke about like an overview of all of our programs, which of course, we are the only domestic violence emergency shelter, intimate partner shelter here in Snohomish County. We also provide legal services and housing support. There's a whole wraparound services for folks who have experienced domestic violence. But our mission is to stop domestic violence. And so a big part of the work that we are doing, Annie is leading here in the North End, and it is around education and prevention. So I asked Annie to come and kind of talk about what they're doing in the schools and in the community to try and get the word out and to hopefully prevent domestic violence. So
You're just trying to get her up early.
Yeah. Okay, so again, my name is Annie, and I've been working in the prevention department for just over a year now, starting April 12th. And I say it's the absolute best, easiest, most fun job I've ever had, and definitely at Domestic Violence Services. Typically when I tell people, oh yeah, I work at Domestic Violence Services, they go, oh, that must be so hard. And I'm like, no, I play with teenagers all day. I play Guitar Hero sometimes, so it's easy. But yeah, so a big part of prevention is understanding the root of domestic violence. One big thing that we know when we go into classrooms, when we go into community groups with youth, like the Stanwood Community Resource Center or the YMCA, we do sometimes like we'll visit their clubs or we'll do summer camp. We'll be there every Wednesday or something. And when we're there, we know that we're not there to shame anybody. We're not there to say people who abuse each other are evil. And if you ever do that, then you're evil. And there's victims and there's abusers. Because we know that the biggest risk factor for perpetrating domestic violence is coming from a family where there's domestic violence. And for youth who are there, who have experienced very, very negative, very scary situations at home, we want to be there to let them know, hey, that behavior is not okay. You can have safe and healthy relationships, and here are the skills to do so. So our work is divided into 3 categories. We're the prevention, education, outreach. Outreach looks like going into the community, making sure everyone has our brochures, making sure everyone knows we exist and know what resources we have. Prevention is when we go somewhere like the YMCA and we meet with the kids multiple times. That includes drop-in hours where I play Guitar Hero sometimes. And it includes like going to the library for groups there. We sometimes go to churches as well. And that way we really get to know the youth and build relationships with them and make sure that those youth who go through our program, they know about consent. They know how to manage conflict in a relationship. They know how to handle really complex feelings that come up, like anger and jealousy and anxiety. And they know what to look out for, all the red flags that someone might be an abusive person. And when we go into schools, our number one priority is safety. That's what we want. We want to make sure that kids in Snohomish County, and hopefully everywhere in the world, but we're stuck in Snohomish County for now, that's our boundary, has the awareness of what their rights are in a relationship. They don't need to share their phone password with anyone. They don't need to share their money with anyone. They don't need to pay for every date. They can't be bullied into buying their significant other or their partner whatever they want. They have a right to have other friends. That's a huge one. They have the right to hobbies. They can wear whatever they want, and their partner should not be telling them, you can't wear that or you need to wear this. They all should be having their own autonomy in their relationships, and they should never, ever feel afraid of their partners. That's what we want them to know. If we walk out of there with them knowing anything, it's your relationship should feel safe, you should feel loved, and you should never feel afraid. And if you are afraid, here's who you can talk to. We want them all to know who they can reach out to. You can talk to your parents. If you can't talk to your parents, you can talk to your school counselor. Talk to your teacher, talk to your church leader, talk to a trusted adult and let them know that you're scared, that you feel in danger, and they can help you. And if they can't help you, then we have the National Teen Dating Violence Hotline. We make sure everyone walks out with that number. We make sure everyone walks out with our number at Domestic Violence Services of Snohomish County. How am I doing on time? Okay, I'm still good. And yeah, so another thing that we understand too is that every first relationship that I've ever heard of when I was in middle and high school was toxic because you don't have the skills yet. And we know that relationships are a skill. It's not like you're good at relationships, you're bad at it, because there's so much that goes into it. There's communication, there's boundaries, which is something we like to talk about a lot. And it's actually very impressive how knowledgeable the youth are when we meet them. Sorry if I'm going a little rambly, but the first few times we started at a summer camp, that was the first prevention thing I ever did, was I was at the YMCA summer camp in Stanwood. And I was like, who here has heard the word consent? Every kid, and these were middle schoolers. Me. I was like, whoa, okay, well, what am I doing here then? But yeah, they do seem to know about this stuff, whether they've heard it. I think that this generation does a lot better at talking about boundaries, at talking about consent, and talking about just manipulation. A lot of kids know what gaslighting is. I did not know what gaslighting is until I was like 22, but they seem to know it pretty well, all of these things pretty well. And another thing is that if they don't know it, it's intuitive. I did say that relationships are a skill and everyone can be kind of toxic in their first relationship, but once you get these conversations going, they know it. Because I think and I didn't think this when I went into this job, but the more I've worked with youth, the more I've come to learn that everybody wants to be good. Everyone wants to love people. Everyone knows how deep inside of their heart, they just need to hear it out loud. They just need to, because once you get that conversation started, they get it. They get it so fast. They get respecting people's boundaries. They get how you should handle anger, how you shouldn't, which is really important, talking about emotions. We have a chart that we use, the emotional, demoralizing emotions chart. So we start, say, anger. Asking, is it okay to be angry in a relationship? You get half of them, no. Half of them, yeah, I think so. And okay, well, why don't you think it's appropriate to feel angry in a relationship? Well, because if you're angry, then you're going to yell at them and you're going to be upset. Well, You can feel angry in a relationship. That's perfectly fine. You can feel angry, you can feel anxious, you can feel sad, you can feel jealous. Those are all great, and everyone's going to feel those when you're in a relationship. But that doesn't mean you get to act out. That doesn't mean you get to control your partner. If you're jealous of them, that's fine. Have a conversation about it. Don't tell them that they have to unfollow every boy on Instagram. Don't tell them that they're not allowed to talk to other girls or they're not allowed to hang out with friends. Tell them, hey, I'm having these feelings of jealousy, and I just wanted to let you know. And, you know, what can we do to make sure that we are building trust in our relationship? And importantly, if you don't trust them, that's not reason to control them. That's a reason to end the relationship. What are you doing in a relationship where you can't trust somebody? And that seems to always be like, oh, I guess I can just end it. Yeah, you're in middle school. You're probably not going to get married. You're okay. And which we do like to keep in mind, young love, so beautiful. You're in middle school or high school and you meet the person and you're like, wow, Todd is the one for me. We're going to be together forever. We're going to have 6 kids. And then like 3 months later, you're like, nope, it's not Todd. Who? Todd who? Johnny. Johnny's the one for me. And this time, it's for real. But, and it is genuine. We laugh at it, but those feelings are so strong. They're so new. They're so beautiful and so important. And we want to make sure that when they're going through these first stages of dating, because people don't like to say it, but middle schoolers are dating. High schoolers are dating. We can say, not my daughter, not my son, but you can't control that. They're free, independent people. And our job is not to come and say, don't date. It's to say, if you are going to date, here's how you can be safe. And here's what you do if you're in trouble. That's what is so important, because if they are in trouble, if they are in a relationship where they are feeling afraid, we want to make sure that they know they can talk to somebody. And when I talk to parents, I like to let them know, like, if you have a rule against dating, that's fine. That's okay. You can have any rules that you want in your household, but the rules are designed to keep them safe. You say no dating because you don't want them to get hurt. So say they do go and date, and they're dating this nice girl or this nice boy, and then things start to get a little bit scary, and maybe they get hit or maybe they get threatened. They should be able to talk to you. Those rules are there to keep them safe, and if they feel like they can't come and talk to you, the person who they're supposed to trust and go to in an emergency, then those rules are failing. Those rules are keeping them in danger. They're not keeping them safe. So that's what I like to say to parents. But anyways, back to the beauty of young love. Beautiful, wonderful, magical, and sometimes kind of toxic, kind of dangerous. And so we want to make sure that when they are going through all of these emotions and all of this stuff, they are as well prepared as they can possibly be to handle these emotions, to handle, oh, I really, really love this person, but they get angry at me and they can be kind of controlling. It's like, okay, great. You recognize that. That's amazing. Let's learn how to hold some boundaries. And if those boundaries don't work, let's learn how to safely get over that, end that relationship. And let's learn our self-worth. How do we deserve to be treated? Nobody ever deserves to be abused. Nobody ever deserves to be controlled or taken advantage of. And there is no person in your school who is worth that, who's worth dealing with those behaviors and dealing with situations where you feel like you're not being loved for who you are, where you're feeling controlled, where you're feeling afraid. So that was very rambly and all over the place, but does anyone have any questions at all? Whether it's about the prevention department or DBS in general? Yeah.
Where do you work with the kids? I mean, what do you have set up to work with kids?
So that's a really good question, and it's been something that's been very difficult during the pandemic because a lot of schools and programs went virtual. And a lot of the school counselors who we typically work with are at the end of their wits. And the last thing they want to possibly do is organize a guest speaker. Much less so now as COVID has winded down and places are reopening and things are calming, and school counselors are like, okay, maybe we do need someone to come and talk about this. But so we do health classes a lot of times. And
I'm asking because I think this is probably the most important thing we can think about doing with our middle school children, because that's where it starts.
Yeah.
And if we can figure out how to get something together so they know where to call if they're upset, if they can call. I know there is a thing that you can call, but I don't know how effective. So I would love to see something somehow put together so middle school kids, all of them, know they can call and there would be somebody there that cares about them, that will listen to them and help them show them how to do what you're just saying. So,
yeah, and for that, I always recommend the National Teen Dating Violence Hotline. They're very good. They're trained specifically to talk to teenagers. They can, of course, always call our line at DVS, but the people there are wonderful shelter advocates who answer the phones, are much more geared towards adult situations and are less familiar with the unique struggles that teenagers are going through. But the Teen Dating Violence Hotline is very good, and one that I have called myself when I was younger.
I'm still thinking about how that can happen in the community. I mean, I think it has to start in the communities, and it's a big job and it needs to be done.
Yes, it absolutely does. Yeah.
Annie, I wouldn't say that you were rambling. I think you did a wonderful job explaining what was going on, and you're a very good talker. So I wouldn't ever consider you as a rambler.
Oh, thank you so much.
So it sounds like you're at the YMCA. Are you going to all of them in Snohomish County?
Whichever ones respond to our emails.
Okay. And then have you ever found it helpful to be at community events? I know there's a couple coming up in like the health and wellness fair. I don't know if you guys, that works really well with your connection, having a booth. Do you guys utilize that?
Yeah.
We have to table at events.
Okay.
So,
if you have any information, I can leave you my business card. I love tabling personally.
Okay,
it's a lot of fun.
There's a wellness fair coming up and a suicide awareness run too, which might be a good opportunity for sure help.
Yes, that would be amazing.
And I'll help you out too with all the whites in Snohomish County. You have
Thank
such
you.
a great message to spread, so good job.
Thank you so much. That would be so cool.
one of the other programs that the Prevention Education Outreach team puts together, and especially with the pandemic, this was an amazing resource. They do webinars, and if you go to bbs-snoco.org and go to the education page, all those webinars with the Zoom links are listed. But today there's an amazing one I'm really excited to be on at 2 o'clock. It's usually Fridays at 2. And today's topic is
healing from trauma after abuse. And
so I think it could benefit a lot of people. It's just an additional resource. The other thing that they do is they work within the community to educate like first responders, police officers, so that they can better manage and know how to refer folks to us when they're out in the community and stuff. I brought some of our awareness cards, so if you want to take some, they're in Spanish and English, And if you run across any situation where you feel like somebody could use our support, the support line is 42525-ABUSE, and that is staffed 24/7 by our shelter staff. They are amazing, and it doesn't have to be an emergency situation. It can be, you know, a friend or a family member calling on behalf of somebody to just figure out what resources are available. Like they will take the call and figure out where they need to refer that call to. So if you want to take these, that is great. And we know that often people can't phone. So if you go to our website, again, there is an email link where folks can email to hopefully give people access when they can't necessarily get away from their abuser to those calls. So I'm just going to pass these around. Let you guys take them. Is there any other questions for Annie? Thanks, you guys. Good job,
I'm gonna have my business card, so I'll stick around. And if anyone has any ideas of where we might find ourselves in the community, we're super flexible and love creativity.
Thank you very much. Okay, have a great weekend. And tomorrow, even if you haven't signed up, if you want to bring your sharpshooting clam shovel to stormwater
Only $204.95 for the one of them.
for a sharpshooter shovel.
Yep.
Okay, bring your clam digging shovel then. 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Even if you aren't at 8, come at 9, whatever. We can use the help tomorrow morning. Have a good weekend. See you next week.
By the way, I told some people that I found a couple of the Rotary albums and I figured out some of my items. So one of them goes back to the beginning of the club, and the other one after that, so I brought that for whoever.
Oh, thank you so much. If you heard it, I think you sound like I can send some statistics too.
That would be great.